we all know that an election has been called for September the 20th. Justin Ataki and Magnetic Trudeau made that official in a speech at Government House, which we all heard here on Arana Nation. And if you haven't heard it, you can go there and hear it. There will be commentary in that video and fact checking of the Mac Daddy in that video. So if you want to listen to the Mac Daddy without interruptions, that video isn't for you. But if you want to listen to him while also being interrupted by me fact checking him and correcting the nonsense that he says, then go over there and watch that video after watching this one. But you all know I've written that publicly that I will be endorsing the People's Party of Canada, Maxime Bernier. I'm endorsing him because he is the only leader who is putting candidates in all of the ridings across Canada, or at least almost all of them, which has stood with the freedom revolution. He stood with us. He's marched with us. He's gotten arrested with us. He's the only one. I'm not supporting Erin O'Toole. I will not waste my breath on these conservatives. I'm an independent, so I'm not loyal to any party. And if Maxime ever slips up, then I won't be loyal with him either. Erin O'Toole, he supports the forced vaccinations of all government workers, of all air and rail workers, and he also supports firing them and making them without jobs, without any way to pay for their mortgage or their rent or food or anything during a pandemic if they don't take that vaccine. So Erin supports that. He's just with Trudeau on that. Nothing would change with Erin O'Toole. And Erin O'Toole is actually my member of parliament. So that doesn't mean anything to me. I don't care. I could care less. But I won't be supporting him. And I don't think he's going to win either. I don't think Erin O'Toole is going to win. I don't think he stands a chance. I don't even think he's going to get a minority. And that's okay, because actually that might actually be a good thing for people, because I know a lot of you have been a lot of my viewers are conservative. You all are conservatives. You all support the conservatives. You give money to the conservatives. You march with the conservatives. You listen to the conservatives, all this stuff. You buy conservative merchandise, and that's fine. I support anybody who comes in here, liberal, anybody, as long as you will take time and listen to what I have to say and give your input in a respectful way. I don't mind. You're a part of the nation. You're part of and you support what we support, you know? And you can give a little bit of corrections or disagreements here or there, but if you support the main fundamental principles that the nation supports, you're welcome. But I don't think Erin O'Toole is going to win. I think it's going to be Trudeau. Now, what I'm hoping for is whoever wins, it's either going to be the Liberals or the Conservatives. They get a minority. A minority. If it's the Mac Daddy, let him get a minority. Minority. Ideally, it would be nice, well, let's put it this way. In an unrealistic world, it would be nice if the PPC were to get a majority, but that's not going to happen. Ideally, in a realistic world, the Conservatives and the Liberals are the same. The only difference is that the Conservatives probably won't make it any worse. Though with Doug Ford, I don't even believe that anymore. But for the benefit of the doubt, let's just say they don't make it any worse. It would be okay to have a conservative minority with the PPC being holding the balance of power. But I don't even think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a liberal minority. And I think it might even be a reduced minority. I'm hoping for. But what I want is not for it to be a minority whereby he can rely on the NDP and the Bloc and the Greens to get his legislation passed. No, because they're just like him. The Greens, the Bloc, The NDP, they are no different than the Liberals, not in any way. The only difference between the Liberals and the Black Quebecois is that they want Quebec to separate, which I don't even think is necessarily a bad thing either. I think that the West should separate. I think Quebec should separate. I think that y'all sausage brain Canucks have destroyed this. You've let politicians destroy this country, so whatever. But let's not get into that. I want the minority, I want the conservative or the liberal to get a minority, and it has to rely on 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 PPC MPs to get legislation passed. That's what I want. And I don't think that Erin O'Toole losing is a bad thing at all. In fact, I think it might actually be good for conservatives, because then these conservatives will stop electing these leaders who keep stabbing them in the back. I mean, most conservatives, most conservatives, one could argue, support Arana Nation and support what we support and support the freedom movement and the anti-lockdown movement and the anti-tyranny movement. They would support us, but y'all keep electing leaders who just who stab you in the back. And if Erin were to lose after he's trying to suck up to the media, suck up to the liberals, suck up to the establishment, it'll show that sucking up doesn't work. It doesn't work. It won't work for you. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. So whether it's the conservatives or the liberals, it needs to be a minority. It needs to be a minority. No party which has a chance of getting a majority has my confidence, and hopefully they don't have your confidence as well. So that is what I am hoping for, and I want everyone to vote. Do not make it easy for the government and the establishment to rig this election. Don't make it easy for them. They are going to rig it. It's going to happen, but don't make it easy for them. And I'll explain more about that in the next video. This is